Assalamu alaikum. A big hello to all my dear friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel Noorboard HR Academy. Once again, we are here with a new session. Last time we have gone through basics of HR management. Okay, so today we will try to understand the backbone of HR. And basically, the backbone of HR is supposed to be the recruitment, and the heart is payroll. Money matters. We all know nothing motivates like money. So step by step, we will go through it, and let us try to understand in a very practical way. Okay, so today the thing is that we will basically try to understand the complete employee life cycle in HR, like right from the entry till the exit of an employee. There are series of things which has to be in the proper place. एक भी लड़ी एक भी कड़ी यहाँ की वहाँ हो गई तो पूरा डैमेज बोलते हैं ना, पूरी कड़ी मतलब मिसमैच हो जाती है. So we need to understand in detail the employee total entire employee life cycle. We will go through it into detail. Then comes the complete recruitment process step by step. Okay, and then finally we will go to the entire HR operations and HR compliance, and we will try to understand step by step, and end-to-end HR documentation that will also be explained. So my dear friends, here and finally it comes with the HR policy, which is the drafting, designing, formation, presentation, various types of forms, formats, so many things are there. So step by step we will go through it also and try to understand how it works in an HR organization. Well, role of an HR manager in recruitment. Now, my friends, normally what happens, when we go to buy something into the market, clothes, कुछ भी खरीदने के लिए जाते हैं, so we are very particular about what we want to buy, what will be the standard, and of course what will be the budget. Even if you want to buy some fruits, we will 10 times देख परख के भाई खराब तो नहीं है भैया केला, ये इतना कैसे एक डजन इतने का है भाई, अरे इतना थोड़ी बाजू में तो इतने में मिलता है. For normal purchasing also or normal shopping also. So here comes the recruitment. Before recruitment there is a recruitment planning in any organization. Even if you want to keep a buy at our home, हमारे घर पे कोई बाई रखनी की मेड रखनी की है, तो we go through the reference देखते हैं भाई क्या है क्या नहीं है कैसी है. We should be very much sure that it should be the right person should be there. So before recruitment planning is there or mapping you can say as. So whichever department it is, they have to put a requisition. Okay, bhai, we need so and so employees. The thing is that they have to fill the requisition in standard and professional organizations, companies. Requisition is there, at least 3-4. That planning is there. So आपको कब चाहिए? When you need it. कब by requirement है उसकी आपको? ऐसा नहीं कि आप आज बोल दिया तो 3-4 महीने का गैप होना चाहिए. तो उनके पास उतना information होना चाहिए. And it should be justified also why it is required, why it is needed. Okay, and then comes the budget also. So when it comes to HR, the requisitions from various departments, this is practically speaking, in practical ways it happens. So it is not that somebody says भाई इतना चाहिए इतना ad दे ऐसा नहीं है. Advertisement वो तो बहुत दूर की बात है. It is at the very very later stage. Initially, then what happens? The HR they groom into within the company itself. If so and so employee is required of this as the so and so the job description. So is this person available? Access anywhere? कहीं पर 4 लोग हैं, उसमें से एक आध को एडजस्ट कर सकते क्या? कॉस्ट कंट्रोल इज अ बिग थिंग. सो फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस देते हैं इंटरनली, मतलब कि अगर हम लोग ट्रांसफर कर सकते क्या, मूवमेंट कर सकते क्या, तो विद इन कंपनी अगर रहेगा उसको शिफ्ट करेंगे तो वेल एंड गुड. नहीं तो किसी के रेफरेंस से भी देखते हैं, या किसी एम्प्लॉय का रेफरेंस से कोई है तो उसको भी देख लेते हैं. तो खर्चा बहुत जाएगा एडवर्टाइजमेंट का, HR कंसल्टेंट का, बिकॉज दे आर पेड सर्विसेज, पेड एजेंसीज. And also there is a possibility if we need one supervisor, if there is one sub employee, he is very good performer, so we can look for his promotion also without disturbing that department's productivity. We can check with the departmental head, by this person is very good, and also to motivate him, we want to promote him, and we can shift that person to the department where that person, the vacancy is created. So this is called as mapping, recruitment mapping. Once everything is sorted out, and still the vacancy is not been fulfilled, then comes the next stage. Okay, then comes the next stage of hiring. Hiring process is started from outside. First it was internally only. अभी हम बाहर की तरफ नजरें दौड़ा रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए हम लोग को क्या करते हैं, एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स है, आउटसाइडर रेफरेंसेस है, एम्प्लॉयज के रिलेटिव्स है, देन एचआर कंसल्टेंट्स है. Okay, so many platforms are there, and from there we place an advertisement, and then a big so many CVs are there, and to shortlist those CVs is a big task, because we have to shortlist in such a way that अपन है ना 5 के ऐड देंगे, 500 एप्लीकेशन चार्ज देंगे. अच्छा, उसमें भी हैव टू देन शॉर्ट इन सच ए वे दैट उनकी एज मैच हो रही है क्या, एजुकेशन मैच हो रही है क्या, फुलफिल हो रहा है क्या विद आवर requirement what we have placed, because unemployment is such a at high peak level that सब लोग मतलब अप्लाई करते रहते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि अनएम्प्लॉयड ही खाली अप्लाई करते हैं, अंडर एम्प्लॉयड भी अप्लाई कर देते हैं. You mean understand the difference between unemployed and unemployment and underemployment? There's a big difference. Actually, I will come to it on the later stage. So when the shortlisting HR persons are in so many CVs, we go one by one. भाई इसका एज कितना है? We need in the age of 25 to 30. So if it is 32, 131, 32, rejected. Then qualification match हो रहा है क्या? नहीं हो रहा है, rejected. उसके expectations कितने हैं? हमारे बजट से मैच हो रहा है क्या? नहीं हो रहा है, rejected. Then we look for the location also. Like if you are staying in somewhere in Mumbai and the person is from Badlapur or Kalyan, and there are certain CVs within the Mumbai, we will give priority to those candidates, because they are staying nearby. Late coming problem will not be there. So these issues are there. Then we will see their marital status also, how many kids are there. Okay, then we will see gender also, and finally most important is their experience, whether it is matching with our requirement or not. So once all the shortlisting is done and the candidates are identified, a shortlisted candidates list has been prepared, or else all are rejected. Then comes the final testing, which is called a selection process. Now for selection process, these candidates are called by telephone, by mobile, or email, or WhatsApp, and their interview session is scheduled. Okay, they have been informed in such a way that it all shouldn't be together, step by step, after every 1 hour or 2 hour, and the interview panel, whoever the departmental head is there, for whom the vacancy has been created, that person will be there. We have to make sure that he is available at that time, and then we have to call them accordingly, and the time schedule has to be made out, and then goes the interview processing. This is called the part of selection process, because so many things are mentioned onto the CV. It is very colorful also, दिखने में बहुत बड़ा चढ़ा के दिख देते हैं, but the असल बात पता चल जाती है जब इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे. हाँ, भाई इंटरव्यू में क्या भाई लिखा तो बहुत कुछ है. आई एम फॅमिलियर विथ इंग्लिश ऑल्सो, हिंदी ऑल्सो, मराठी ऑल्सो, पण मराठी येतं का बोलायला खरोखरच? मुंबईसारख्या ठिकाणी जर असेल तर मराठी येणं गरजेचं असतं. इट डिपेंड्स from place to place. If you are in somewhere in Chennai, then necessarily the local language is very important. But then the candidate feel lost. So these all things have been checked at the time of interview, including the budget, the expectations, the deadlines also, and finally notice period. That is also very important. That has been checked at the time of screening the CVs also. But anyway, this is spoken at the time of the interview across the table. So once all this selection process is done and is concluded, then comes the main thing, which is deciding the compensation. And if the candidate agrees with the compensation package we are offering to them, like offer letter is issued to them. One offer letter is issued to them, then the terms and conditions of the recruitment, company policies, everything is been explained to them in brief, and what documents they have to submit, Aadhaar, PAN, experience certificate, education certificates, all these things, basic things, bank account number and all these things, they have to submit to the company. Main thing is that they have to accept the offer, which is binding on them. Once they accept the offer, in Gulf, what happens, in Dubai and all the GCC countries, once the offer letter is issued, they take the passport or important like document from them, original document, like a degree certificate, because people play around. They will take the offer letter, show, see, I am having this much of salary. They will go and give the interview to some other person, some other company, and then they can make use of that offer letter. See, I am having this much offer. How much you are giving? Tell me. and then it has been manipulated. To avoid all these things, original certificate is being kept by the employers, and if they don't revert back, then some charges, administrative charges, in the name of admin charges, a specific amount like 1000 dirhams or 500 dirhams is been recorded from them. So these are all the things which which has been played by the employees also from time to time. Okay, then comes the role of HR. Once everything is finalized, fixed, then comes the role of HR managers of the new joiners. When a specific date is there, it has been informed to them that from so and so date, after the notice period with the existing employer, they have to join. And then when they are joining, certain formalities are being fulfilled by the HR manager. That is the main documentation part is there. Okay. Then comes the process of job description and job specification. Most of the people, most of the HR, even HR professionals also, they are confused between JD and JS. JD stands for job description, and JS stands for job specification. Now, what is the main difference between this? JD is the description or the list the employee has to perform. What type of work he will do. उसको exactly क्या क्या करना है उसकी वो list होती है. He has to do typing, he has to operate computers. Okay, he will be going for sales, he will be troubleshooting of IT, XYZ, depending upon his like designation. जो भी whatever he has to do, that will be mentioned into his job description. Like if he is from accounts guy, all the things related to accounts, it will be mentioned into that. And job specification is about the candidate for the specific job, what qualities, what skills he should be possessing. For example, experience. Okay, then what should be the education for a specific position. Okay, what should be, means what he should know about, whether he is able to, in a position to operate a computer, laptop, machine, AutoCAD, so many things, engineering, related to engineering if it is side job. So this process is called as JD and JS. This has been done once the new employee joins the company. Getting me or not? I hope you're understanding. Okay. See, late के मत देखना. HR people has to be very much disciplined. Late के हाथ में मोबाइल लेके वीडियो मत देखना. Take a notebook, a pen or a pencil. Just note it down, whatever you understood, whatever you think it is important, required to be noted, note it down. And even if you don't understand anything, still note it down and you can put it into the comment box, and later I will revert back to you. If at all there is any doubt or clarifications required by you, कोई भी doubt हो, put in the comment box. I will revert back to you. Okay? Well, fine. Coming again to the topic, then comes after JD and JS, it comes induction and orientation. Now this is also a very good thing. Like people getting married, and when the dulhan ghar pe aati hai, okay, then she's been introduced to everybody because she's a newcomer into the home, normally in Indian culture. So it is like an employee is a part of family. He's like a family member, a new family member entering into the house. So he or she is being made to make understand all the things regarding the company, the policies. Okay, there is orientation. Who is what are the policies, salary किस डेट पे होती है, वीकली ऑफ क्या है, हाफ डे है क्या, 2 वीकली ऑफ्स है क्या, वर्किंग आवर्स क्या है, ओटी का सिचुएशन, ओटी पेमेंट होता है क्या, लेट आवर्स के लिए क्या है. So many things are there. In brief, it has been informed to them in the orientation part. And induction is the introduction to the department, to his colleagues, who is her colleague, to whom he or she is going to report, how it will be, and who are the persons who will be reporting to him or her. This all comes into induction and orientation to make the person feel more comfortable because he or she is a newcomer. The new employee is the newcomer. So to make them feel comfortable, this sort of introductory part is done. They will sit with different departments also. Okay, for half an hour. But today, आधा घंटा आपको यहाँ पे जाके बैठना है, फाइनेंस में बैठना है, आधा घंटा HR में बैठना है, आधा घंटा IT में बैठना है, and introduction हो गए with the main key persons also, and they will feel more comfortable also. So this is the process which is called as induction and orientation. Okay. Well, we'll move next to managing of SR file. Now, SR file is called as, of जैसे हम डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं ना, each patient has their own files, doctor is maintaining, and even we are having that. So all the history is there into the SR file. SR means service record file, no? SR file. It is service record file. Right, it starts with the CV till the current situation, whatever it is. His CV, his interview, his whatever the remarks by the HR, by his departmental head, his immediate manager, his acknowledgement of his offer letter, okay, recruitment letter, then date of joining, everything, and his employee code, everything, whatever is issued to him, everything has been filed. The hard copies of that papers are filed into SR file. Yeah, everything. It goes on. It goes on till the end, the settlement of final dues till his termination or resignation, whatever it is. Okay, if he is getting any memos, if he is getting any awards, rewards, appreciations, promotions, transfers, okay, then if he is confirmed at the time of confirmation, the letter issued to him, that acknowledgement, his leave reports, leave, if in medical leave, whatever it is, loans and advances. So all this has been mentioned into the SR file. You can say it is the heart of that employee. If you go to the file of a specific employee, it is related with that employee code number and the name, and you get all the information, all the data into that. For data, there is a master employee data, and Excel, or you can say nowadays there are the softwares also. But it's very easy. It starts from the employee code number, name of the employee, date of joining, okay, date of recruitment, date of interview, his pay scale, when was his in the last increment, when his increment is due, when was his last transfer, where it was it, how many, what was the duration, tenure he worked in a particular department, what is his education qualifications, is he married, unmarried, what is his blood group, everything about his family also, his PF number, IT number, Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, his address, his immediate permanent address, his wife, everything, how many children he is having, all these things, a person to be contacted in emergency, all these things, all this information is being provided, is updated into the master employee data. This is very necessary, very important for each and every employee in all the organizations. This is the one of the major and most important part of HR representative, HR manager, you can say, or HR executive. It depends on company to company. If it is very big, employee specific employees are there for that. If it is small unit, one or two persons can do all these things. Okay, fine. We have gone through placement, joining documentation, fine. Then process of JD and JS, induction and orientation, SR file and master employee data. Well, then comes the role of HR manager in HR compliance. What is the role of HR manager as an HR compliance? Fine. You know, like now, if you say HR compliance is all the things related to, in legal terms, it has to be done. It is mandatory. If it is not done, not fulfilled, not completed, the HR manager is being held responsible for that. Yeah. For example, a provident fund. In detail, we will go later on. But it is like, in simple terms, basic plus DA, 12% of that every month. It is been deducted from the employee's salary. Okay. And the same amount is been debited by the or given by the employer, which is going to the employee's PF account. Every employee is having their own PF account. Sometimes, somewhere, some companies are maintaining their PF, independent PF with them only. But normally, government PF office is there, and majority of the companies are maintaining with them only. So this PF is there, fine. Then comes the salary also, yeah, salary and the income tax also, because as per the government law, whatever it is, and the slabs based on the budgets given by finance ministers and all, the finance people are working on that. But here, the HR person needs to make sure, calculate the income tax of individual employees and ensure that it is remitted to the concerned authorities in time. Otherwise, the HR manager is liable to face the consequences till going behind the bars also. If थोड़ा ज़्यादा IT जाएगा चलेगा, employee can claim that. Yeah, employee can claim back. But companies and HR people will not stop. They will just work out it. कितना आता है तुमको बाद में claim करने का under section 8 IC, whatever it is, whatever investment you want to do into government securities, you can claim later also. But remittance of provident fund, remittance of income tax, remittance of then professional tax, Professional tax is a small amount, but it is very much compulsory. Yeah, it is very much compulsory. In every year, it has to go 2,500 for every month, 200, and then in month of February, 300, which makes 2,500 per year. And certain slabs are there. Most of the time, these slabs are, for 200 only, and little bit relief is there for the females also and handicapped persons overall. So this comes under the HR compliance, that is provident fund, income tax, profession tax. Okay. Then comes gratuity. Yeah, gratuity and benefits. This is also one of the basic and very important part of HR manager. Gratuity is calculated and provision is made. For example, today, in fact, gratuity is eligible for a person, for an employee after completion of 5 years of minimum 5 years of service in a company. But provision has to be made in such a way that tomorrow, if someone is going or he is about to leave, the amount has to be made provision of that specific amount into the finance department, along with the end of benefits, whatever is the existing leave, okay, then encashment of leave, whatever leave accumulated is with it in his account, earned leave, which is called as PL also, privilege leave also. Fine. So all these things come under HR compliance. And then comes legal disputes, basically labor courts and all, and then trade unions also. Now it has been less, but some years before it was very much high. And if you have heard about the Datta Samant unions and so many, so it was a big this thing, negotiations and settlement of this thing, uh, settlement of cases and disputes into the labor court and legal matters. So this is also the part of HR department. Specific legal compliance is there, advocates are appointed, and we have to give them the feedback, follow up, and the union leaders are there. Sometimes, like it becomes very difficult to manage. They go for strike, gheravs, pen down strike, slow work, all these things. I will come up with some other examples, practical experiences, I will come with in coming sessions. So these are all the things, my dear friends. Hope you have understood and you are understanding, because this is very much important. Well, then comes the role of HR in formation of company policies. Formation of company policy is one of the major tasks for anybody, any HR manager. Without this, it is incomplete, because unless and until you don't have anything in black and white, based on that only you will be going to take any disciplinary actions, any rewards, any awards. These are the parameters. ये मापदंड होता है एम्प्लॉयज को गेज करने के लिए. How will you gauge? How will you verify? Certain parameters has to be set, and this is the drafting is done. So many draft is done. Then so many people go through it, in, out, rectifications, modifications. So many certain things are there. भाई ये नहीं, ये भी होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए. So finally, it has been drafted, designed, framed, and then it goes for implementation along with all the forms, formats. Fine. So here it comes for the service rules like attendance and office discipline. Attendance for so many companies, timings are there. For example, 10 to 5 or 10 to 6, whatever it is. So if somebody comes late, 10 minutes or 15 minutes grace period is given. And after that he is late, then it is considered as a late mark. And for every 3 late marks, it depends on company to company. 3 late marks, half day leave, or half day CL, casual leave, deduction of half day casual leave as a penalty. Or some companies make for 4 days, 4 late marks also. Or it depends. So all these things are there, which is specified, which is mentioned very clearly into the service rules of a company. Okay. Then the pay components as well. Now the salary, gross salary is 100%, whatever it is, 25,000, 50,000, 60,000. So how much percentage is the basic? Normally, as per the government, it should be not less than 50% basic has to be there. So company may keep 50% or more also, but they cannot keep less than 50%, the basic of the gross salary. Then basic is there, HR is there, DA is there, telephone allowance, medical allowance, etc. There are so many allowances are there. And then all these pay components are designed and it's mentioned specifically. So tomorrow if somebody comes to HR fighting by mera itna kyun hai bhai, how this works and this and that. So the HR person, HR representative can explain to the concerned employee, see, this is what you are saying, you are into this, and this is what it stands against you. Right? Understanding? Am I fast? If so, just mention into the comment box. And if you don't understand anything, if any points, do let me know. Okay. Then comes leave policy. This is also very one of the important things in HR management, because it is related to money, and money matters. Nothing motivates like money, my dear friends. Yeah. So there are 4 or 5 types of leave. One is earned leave, which is called as privilege leave also. Then sick leave, then casual leave, and then if all leaves are exhausted, then LOP, loss of pay, or leave without pay, LWP. And for females, of course, maternity leave is there, right? And even some companies have implemented the paternity leave for males also, 15 days or 2 weeks. Well, and for only it is limited for 2 children only. Somewhere it is for 3 children also, but only for two, maximum two, minimum two, not more than that. So these type of leaves are there, and once all these leaves are exhausted, automatically you fall into that category of leave without pay. And then for leave policy, medical certificate has to be, for sick leave, medical certificate has to be submitted. If it is more than 1 day, that is a part of policy. It can be more than 1 day or more than 2 days. Okay, if it is for more than 1 day, 2 days it is there, then compulsory medical certificate has to be there. Yeah, in some companies. In some companies, even for 1 day sick leave, you have to manage or arrange or produce medical certificate, without which you will not be considered as sick leave. Your CL or your PL will be debited straight away. Fine. Then comes loans and advances, salary advances. People have, so many employees. At the end of the month or after completing 20 days, they dry up and they want some advance. Yes, and that is a policy, because every time you cannot go here and there and ask for money. Why? So there is a system is there. If, whatever your gross salary or net salary, that 25% of advance can be given to you. The calculation is there, and it has been explained to them, and they know them. कि मुझे इतना ही मिलना है, then they will expect that much only. They will not ask for more. And how many times in a month, 1 or 2 times, whatever it is. Then comes the loans also, because some employees, if they have genuine reasons like children's marriage, sister's marriage, their own marriage. Okay, so loans are being granted by certain companies. Some companies charge little interest, or some companies give on 0% also, but subject to deduction in equal installment. It is defined into that, into the policy. Maybe 12 installments, 15 installments, 18 installments, XYZ, depending upon the company policies. But this is the part of company policy. It's very important, and it is crystal clear and very transparent. So each and every employee comes to know कि भाई मुझे इतना मिलने वाला है, मुझे इतना expected है. So based on that, they oh, they start making the formation. Yeah. Well, moving ahead, next comes employee welfare. Yes. Employee welfare schemes is one of the very important, and which motivates to the employee. In some companies, they go for get together. Most of the companies celebrate their employees' birthdays, happy birthday, and a small party is there. Some companies give leave to the newly married employee 3 days. Whatever the leave they take, they give as like a benefit to them as a gesture of family member. 3 days by company की तरफ से एक salary or a coupon, something like that, gift also. Then comes in Ramadan month, the iftar party is there. They go for picnics. Some companies go for tours also, but without making sure that there is no hampering the work or productivity of the company. So management, the HR, they do all these things in such a way that it is not, hampering the productivity or the routine work of the company, of the office. There is a death of a employee's immediate blood relations, and their father, child, wife. At that time also condolence leave is given for 3 days. So this is also the part of employee welfare. Then comes, in most of the companies, canteens are there, subsidized food is being given. Yeah. Coupons are being given in once in a month, itna by 50 or 100 leaflets, whatever it is. Food is being provided in subsidized rates. So this is also the tea, coffee. Tea, coffee, most of the time it is being provided free of cost only. But food is there, hygienic food. Fine. So all this comes into the employee welfare. Sports are there, and, companies maintain this, fun fair also for the employees and the employees' families also. They enjoy. So the basic concept is that HR management is to create an environment. He's the department or the person is the mediator between the owners, company owners, and the employees, to make the employees feel the sense of belongingness towards the company. Yeah. Okay. Now coming grievance cell. Yeah. See, in our house there is a senior person. There are 5, 6 persons maybe, and there is one senior person who is very commanding. If somebody tries to create problem, he is the one who goes and says, yes bhai, क्या बात है, क्या मैटर है भाई, क्या problem है. So he will not be allowed to do anything. Discipline has to be maintained. No one can take the law into their hands. So HR manager, his duty is like policing also sometimes, to settle the disputes between the employees, to, to settle the problems, the quarrels, the issues between and among the employees, sometimes among the groups also. It's a big challenge. So you have to identify, go through without, कोई पार्शलिटी नहीं इसके अंदर, ईमानदारी से आपको सिस्टमेटिकली जज करना है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है, किसकी मिस्टेक है, उसको आइडेंटिफाई करना है, एंड अकॉर्डिंग दैट वी हैव टू टेक द एक्शन ऑल्सो. And for that, there is a grievance cell which should be very open. Everybody should feel comfortable. कि भाई HR is there. If any problem is there, my HR will take care of that. So that sort of feeling should be there with the employees. Genuinely, they will be comfortable working in the instead for the long-term association with the company. Otherwise, they will flee away. अरे नहीं यार, इधर तो प्रॉब्लम है यार, वो इंडियन लीडर आके दम देता है यार, वो आता है, वो गुंडा का टाइप कोई है बंदा यार, इधर प्रॉब्लम करके जाता है. Who will stay? So we have to take care. HR has to be caring also for all the employees. Well, then as the term I said, POSH. POSH means prevention of sexual harassment in workplace, especially for females, but it is applicable for males also. If somebody is trying to do something unwanted, unnatural things with anybody can complain, and then disciplinary action is to be definitely taken as per the company policy. In fact, this can be reported to the local police station also, and they can be handed over to the police for the judicial custody also. This is it. For serious matters like this, of course, even including theft and all, damage to company, okay, deliberate damage to company, accidents apart. But so many things are there. Well, after the formation of company policy, we will move to roles of HR in HR operations. Roles of HR, Human Resource Department in HR operations. It starts with probation and confirmation. Once a person joins in the company, his first 3 months or 6 months is on probation period. Now, the beauty of this probation period, you know what it is? He is not entitled for anything, any benefits like leave. Main is the leave actually. He is not entitled. Whatever leave he takes, either is sick leave or whatever it will be as loss of pay. So, till such time he is confirmed into the services, he will not be entitled for leave. So, his first priority will be to get confirmation. Once it's confirmed, then yes, people give parties, they celebrate, and confirm. Okay. So this is the first positive thing a person joins in the company. So probation, the dates, matching them, and then filling the form of confirmation from the immediate manager. If it is okay. It is not that completing the probation period is the parameter for confirmation. It should be successful completion of probation period. Yeah, successful. That's very important. If the manager says no, his performance is not up to the mark, still we need to train him. The probation period might be extended, maybe for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Yes, and then they can, after that, it can be once again evaluated. And at the same time, if there is no improvement, company has the right. It has been very much clearly mentioned in the offer letter that his confirmation is subject to successful completion of probation period, and even after extension, if he is given sufficient time along with the training, there is no improvement, he can be straight away terminated. So any employee has to be very peculiar, very particular about his performance. Okay, try to understand what it is, what not, get understand, and move ahead. The show must go on. Fine. Coming to next point, payroll and salary processing. This is also one of the very important part of, I will say, heart. Recruitment is the backbone. Payroll is heart. If heart starts, nothing will work. And there is no backbone, collapse. Company will collapse. So recruitment, the right person in the right place at the right time. Then to maintain the right person in the right place at the right time, the salary processing in a very systematic way to the entire satisfaction of the employee in such a way that it's going as per the company policy. There shouldn't be any errors. And if anything in any deductions are there, it should be made understand to the employee कि भाई देखो तुम्हारी deduction ये वो आएगा definitely after salary, so many people are there to the payroll department. And for running this, so many softwares are there. Earlier, it used to be done on the Excel sheet. I will come on to that in my next session, especially for payroll, how it works and how the deductions are there. What is gross salary? What is net salary? What are the statutory deductions? What is CTC, cost to company? That I will come in a separate lecture, separate session, hopefully. Okay. So payroll and salary processing, and that too into the time, attendance, late coming, leave, various types of leave, confirmation, probation, who is entitled, who is not entitled. All the things are there. It has to be vouched. It has to be checked. 2-3 layers are there. It has been prepared, it has been checked, and it has been verified by the manager, and then it has been approved and going forward for the payment, final payment. So many things are there. Like as I said, deductions are there, loans and advances are there, corporation tax, income tax, okay, provident fund. Union is there, union contribution, monthly contribution is there. If you have taken salary advance, the deduction is there, loan is there, loan installment is there. So loss of pay is there, that much amount will be deducted automatically, and pay slip is being generated and handed over to the employee at the end of every month before or after the salary is being processed. Okay, so this is also one of the major part of HR department. Coming to the next point is employee medical insurance. Yeah, health is wealth, Baba. If I'm physically fit, I will be in a position to perform my duties in a very positive way. If I'm not feeling well, mood nahi, headache, whatever it is. Physically fit nahi, physically fit nahi. Of course, physically, mentally, both things should be in a proper way. Yeah. So company do take care of their employees by covering with their under medical insurance. Accident policies are there, so that if anything unfortunately happens, the medical insurance is being covered for whatever the expenses are incurred for the treatment. Okay. Then comes employee performance appraisal. We can't get stuck at a specific position always with the same salary, same position. No. Everybody wants to go ahead, आगे बढ़ना है ना लाइफ में, मतलब वहीं बैठे बैठे बैठना है, वहीं रहेंगे तो वहीं रहेंगे भाई, as it is. So we should, companies employees on every year, they go for employee performance, and there are certain formats are there and parameters are there. Based on that, in consultation with their immediate managers, the performance evaluation is done of all the employees, individual employees, on individual levels. And based on that, their increment is being decided, how much to be given is decided, and also not given, that is also decided. And based on that, their needs of training, it is also being decided. Why this person is lagging behind? What are the loopholes? What are the negative points? Where he gets stuck? Counseling is done, employee counseling. Basically, so many times they try to make them understand the employee where he is going and what are the issues with him. So they make them understand that these are the points by due to which your promotion is hampered, your increment is not being done. So it tries to improve. Company do give them the opportunity and justifies that why he is getting this much. Otherwise, they will start quarreling amongst themselves. उसको दिया मुझे नहीं दिया, उसको दिया उसका रीजन है, तुमको नहीं दिया उसका ये रीजन है. HR's work is to make the person understand these are the reasons for which he is not being given. Okay, I think the video is getting too big. I don't want to make it too big. I will continue this in the later session. Okay, till then, try to understand, go through the video once again, go through the PowerPoint presentation. If you think that something you have learned today, just note it down, keep it for your reference, future reference. And if you haven't understood anything, or if you have any doubt regarding anything, you can put into the comments section, and I will revert back to you. Be happy, be healthy, stay blessed, take care of yourself. See you in my next session. Till then, bye.